stunning millions of fans around the world. Pioneering music legend Prince has died at the age of 57.
When Prince Nelson died in 2016, the world mourned a music legend. But what they found in Prince Nelson's garage after his death shocked everyone who thought they knew the purple icon. Hidden behind closed doors was a collection so unexpected, so never seen before, that even his closest friends couldn't believe their eyes.
Planning Paisley Park, and we realized if we're going to have a vault, let's have a vault. Because if we get, I don't know, if we get a tornado, if we get a flood, this is his legacy. We need to protect these things.
The garage wasn't just storage space. It was a secret world that Prince had been building for decades. What they discovered wasn't just about cars. It was about the man behind the music and the incredible lengths he went to protect his most personal creative sanctuary from the world. The mysterious garage. Prince wasn't like other celebrities when it came to privacy. While most famous people loved showing off their expensive possessions, Prince was completely different. He didn't care about impressing anyone or following what other stars were doing. Instead, Prince chose to keep his most precious spaces hidden from the world, and none was more mysterious than his garage. After Prince passed away, people finally began asking the big question: what was he hiding in there? Friends and family who visited his Paisley Park estate in Minneapolis had always noticed the garage. It was massive, far too big for just storing cars. But it was always locked, and no one was ever allowed inside. What made the garage even more interesting was how Prince acted about it. If someone asked about it, he would smile and change the subject. Even his closest friends had never seen what was inside. From the outside, the garage looked plain and boring. Unlike other parts of Paisley Park, which were full of color and art, the garage was windowless and had heavy-duty doors. But those who truly knew Prince understood that he didn't do anything without a reason. He planned everything in his life carefully. Over the years, small clues made the mystery even more baffling. Special delivery trucks came and went, but no one knew what was being delivered. Prince's own behavior was the biggest clue. He would go into the garage late at night and stay until morning. No one was allowed to disturb him. It became his personal hideaway, a place where he could escape from everything. After Prince died, the truth about the garage was finally uncovered. What they found inside solved a mystery that had lasted for decades, and what they discovered shocked everyone. The Purple Revolution. When they opened the garage after his death, the first discovery that caught everyone's attention was Prince's famous purple Honda CM400A motorcycle. This wasn't just any purple bike. This was the purple bike that appeared in his legendary album Purple Rain. What shocked everyone was that Prince had kept this iconic motorcycle in perfect condition, treating it like a precious artifact from his most successful period. The purple Honda was a symbol of Prince's transformation from a talented musician into a global superstar. The bike had been custom painted to match Prince's evolving image, and its presence in the garage showed how deeply he valued the objects that had helped define his career. The motorcycle was positioned prominently near the entrance, almost as if it were greeting visitors to this secret space. What made this discovery even more shocking was the condition of the motorcycle. Despite being decades old, the bike looked like it had just rolled off the assembly line. Prince had clearly taken incredible care of it, keeping it maintained and polished. This showed how much the bike meant to him personally, representing not just a prop from his career, but a genuine connection to his artistic breakthrough. The Honda CM400A was perfect for Prince's small 5 feet 3 inches frame. Unlike other celebrities who chose big, powerful motorcycles to look tough, Prince picked something that actually fit his body. This practical choice demonstrated that Prince prioritized comfort and functionality over appearance. The bike's modest size also made it perfect for navigating Minneapolis streets without attracting unwanted attention. But the purple Honda wasn't the only surprise. Hidden under custom covers inside the garage were several other motorcycles that had never been seen before. These bikes showed Prince's deep love for two-wheeled transportation. Each one was different, from vintage classics to modern sport bikes, creating a diverse collection that reflected Prince's eclectic tastes. Personal items found with the motorcycles included leather jackets, helmets, and riding gear that Prince had used during his private rides around Minneapolis. These items showed that Prince hadn't just collected the bikes for display. He had actually ridden them, using them as a way to experience freedom and solitude away from the pressures of fame. The Thunderbird mystery. Among the most surprising discoveries was Prince's collection of Ford Thunderbirds from different decades. What they found in Prince Nelson's garage after his death included multiple examples of these classic American cars. The Thunderbird collection revealed Prince's appreciation for American craftsmanship and his connection to the cultural significance of these iconic vehicles. Each car had been restored to original specifications, with Prince personally overseeing every detail of the restoration process to ensure historical accuracy. The collection spanned from the 1960s through the 1980s, representing different eras of American automotive design and cultural identity. What shocked people was the sheer number of Thunderbirds Prince had accumulated over the years. There were 5 different models, each from a significant year in Thunderbird history. The collection included a pristine 1964 model, representing the car's classic era, a 1972 model from the muscle car period, and an 1883 model that coincided with Prince's rise to fame. The story behind Prince's Thunderbird obsession traced back to his childhood in Minneapolis. Growing up in a working-class family, Prince had admired these cars as symbols of American success and style. The Thunderbird represented everything he aspired to achieve: success, independence, and the ability to choose his own path in life. Each Thunderbird in the collection had been meticulously researched and restored. Prince had employed specialists who understood the unique requirements of each model year, ensuring that every car remained in good condition. The investment in proper care and storage has preserved these vehicles as perfect examples of American automotive artistry. What made the Thunderbird collection even more intriguing was its arrangement in the garage. The cars were positioned in chronological order, creating a timeline of American automotive design evolution. This careful arrangement suggested that Prince saw these vehicles as more than just cars. They were artifacts that told the story of American culture and innovation. The Thunderbirds were equipped with high-quality sound systems that allowed Prince to listen to his music while driving. He had installed custom audio equipment in each car, ensuring that his recordings would sound perfect regardless of which vehicle he chose to drive. This showed his commitment to experiencing his music in different environments. The Corvette Connection. The emotional centerpiece of the vehicle collection was Prince's Little Red Corvette, the actual car that inspired one of his most famous songs. The Corvette represented everything Prince loved about American automotive culture. It was small, powerful, and distinctive, embodying the excitement and freedom that had inspired his music. The car had been maintained in exactly the same condition as when Prince first wrote the song about it, creating a perfect time capsule of his artistic inspiration. What made this discovery so emotionally powerful was the story behind the car. Prince had written Little Red Corvette in 1982, and the song had become his first major crossover hit, reaching number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100. The car that inspired this breakthrough had been carefully preserved as a reminder of the moment when Prince's career truly took off. The Corvette's interior revealed Prince's dedication to the vehicle. The seats were adjusted perfectly for his small frame, and the controls showed signs of regular use. This was a car that Prince had driven and enjoyed, using it as a source of continuing inspiration throughout his career. Hidden in the Corvette were handwritten lyrics and musical notes that had never been seen before. Prince had apparently used the car as a mobile songwriting studio, working on new ideas while parked in quiet locations around Minneapolis. The intimate interior had provided the perfect environment for creative thinking and musical experimentation. The car's glove compartment contained original cassette tapes of early versions of Little Red Corvette and other songs from the same period. The tapes were carefully labeled in Prince's handwriting, showing the dates and locations where they were recorded. The presence of the Corvette in the garage proved that Prince valued the objects that had sparked his imagination. Rather than selling or discarding the car after achieving success, he had preserved it as a reminder of the creative process that had launched his career. This showed his deep respect for the sources of his artistic inspiration. The Mobile Command Center. One of the most surprising discoveries in Prince's garage was a massive custom Prevost bus. This wasn't just any vehicle. It had been his mobile command center during major tours. The bus, found after his death, had once been his home on the road at the peak of his touring career. The Prevost bus was a clear sign of Prince's commitment to his art, even while on the move. This wasn't just a regular tour bus. It was a luxury, custom-built vehicle designed specifically to fit his creative lifestyle. For Prince, creativity didn't stop when the tour started. What shocked everyone was the bus's pristine condition. Despite being decades old and having traveled thousands of miles during Prince's touring years, it looked ready for immediate use. Every surface was immaculate, every system was in perfect working order, and the interior appeared to have been well preserved. The passenger area had been converted into a mobile recording studio, equipped with professional-grade equipment, enabling Prince to work on new music while traveling between cities. This showed his dedication to continuous artistic development, even during the demanding schedule of major tours. The recording equipment in the bus was state-of-the-art for its time and had been continuously upgraded over the years. Prince had installed multiple keyboards, synthesizers, and recording devices that allowed him to capture musical ideas whenever inspiration struck. The bus had essentially functioned as a mobile version of his home studio. Personal areas of the bus revealed Prince's attention to comfort and functionality. The bedroom had been custom designed for him. The kitchen area was equipped with specialized equipment for maintaining his dietary requirements while on the road. The bus's communication systems were particularly impressive. Prince had installed satellite phones, early computer systems, and communication equipment that allowed him to stay in touch with his business operations while touring. This showed his hands-on approach to managing his career and his refusal to let travel interfere with his business responsibilities. Storage compartments throughout the bus contained tour memorabilia, concert footage, and documentation from Prince's major tours. These items created a historical record of his live performances and showed how he had evolved as a performer over the years. The bus had served as a mobile archive of his touring career. But there was still one more surprise. Inside the bus's electrical systems, investigators found hidden cables that ran toward the rear of the garage. These connections suggested the bus wasn't just parked. It was wired into a larger setup. The hidden studio. Behind the carefully arranged vehicles, something that shocked everyone was discovered. A massive, fully equipped recording studio that Prince had built in complete secrecy. This hidden musical sanctuary had been Prince's most private creative space for decades. The studio was breathtaking in its scope and sophistication. Professional-grade recording equipment, mixing boards, and instruments filled the space. This wasn't just a home studio. It was a world-class facility that could compete with the best studios in Nashville or Los Angeles. What made this discovery so shocking was that nobody knew it existed. Even Prince's closest collaborators and family members had never seen this space. He had managed to demarcate and operate a major recording facility inside his garage in complete secrecy. The studio's design reflected Prince's perfectionist nature and his understanding of acoustic engineering. Every surface had been carefully planned to optimize sound quality, and the equipment represented the finest available technology from multiple decades. Prince had continuously upgraded and expanded the facility, investing millions of dollars in creating the perfect creative environment. The main recording room was designed with variable acoustics, allowing Prince to change the sound characteristics depending on what type of music he was creating. Movable panels, adjustable ceiling tiles, and specialized flooring created different sonic environments within the same space. This flexibility showed Prince's sophisticated understanding of how physical spaces affect musical recording. Multiple isolation booths surrounded the main recording area, each one designed for specific instruments or vocal recording. These booths were equipped with high-end microphones, custom preamps, and specialized equipment that allowed Prince to capture the perfect sound for each musical element. The attention to detail in these spaces was extraordinary. The studio's control room featured a massive, custom-built mixing console designed to Prince's specifications. This wasn't equipment that could be purchased from any manufacturer. It was a one-of-a-kind system designed specifically for Prince's unique approach to music production. The console featured custom controls, specialized routing options, and unique features that couldn't be found anywhere else. Recording logs found in the studio revealed that Prince had spent countless hours in this space, often working through the night on projects that were never released to the public. The logs showed sessions dating back over 20 years, documenting thousands of hours of creative work that had been completely hidden from the world. The studio's location behind the vehicles now made perfect sense. Cars and motorcycles had been carefully positioned to conceal the entrance to this creative sanctuary. Prince had used his vehicle collection as camouflage, hiding his most important creative space behind objects that would attract attention, but not reveal his true secret. The presence of this hidden studio helped explain many mysteries about Prince's incredible productivity and his ability to experiment with a wide range of musical styles. He had been operating his own private creative studio, free from any outside influence or commercial pressure. The secret archives. Within the hidden studio, people discovered Prince's private archives, a collection of unreleased recordings, musical experiments, and creative works that the outside world had never seen. What they found in Prince Nelson's garage after his death included thousands of hours of never-seen-before material that revealed the true scope of Prince's artistic vision. The archives were housed in a climate-controlled vault that had been built into the studio's structure. This wasn't just a storage room. It was a professional-grade archive facility with specialized equipment for preserving audio recordings, video footage, and written materials. The vault's security systems were sophisticated. What shocked everyone was the sheer volume of unreleased material. The archives contained over 8,000 individual recordings, ranging from complete songs to experimental sound pieces that lasted only a few minutes. This represented decades of creative work that Prince had never shared with the world, creating a parallel universe of musical expression. The archives were meticulously organized according to Prince's personal cataloging system. Each recording was labeled with detailed information, including the date, location, instruments used, and Prince's personal notes about the creative process. This level of organization showed that Prince had always intended for this material to be preserved and eventually shared. The collection spanned Prince's entire career, from early experimental works recorded in the 1980s to sophisticated compositions that had been completed just months before his death. This vast library represented Prince's most personal artistic expression, free from commercial constraints or public expectations. Many of the recordings featured Prince playing every instrument himself, showcasing his incredible musical versatility. The archives contained evidence of Prince experimenting with instruments he was never known to play publicly, including classical violin and traditional African drums. The archives also revealed Prince's collaborative spirit. Hidden among the solo recordings were collaborations with other artists that had never been publicly acknowledged. These collaborations included sessions with jazz legends, classical musicians, and even artists from entirely different genres like hip-hop and electronic music. Written materials in the archives provided insights into Prince's creative process and musical philosophy. Handwritten notes, lyric sheets, and musical scores revealed how Prince developed his ideas from initial concepts to fully realized compositions. These documents revealed the intellectual depth behind his seemingly effortless musical creativity. The archives contained multiple versions of songs that had been commercially released, showcasing Prince's perfectionist approach to recording. Some songs had been recorded dozens of times with different arrangements, instrumentation, and vocal approaches. These alternate versions provided fascinating insights into Prince's creative decision-making process. Video recordings in the archives documented Prince's private rehearsals and musical experiments. These tapes showed Prince working alone in the studio, developing new sounds and techniques that would later influence his public recordings. The footage revealed a side of Prince that fans had never seen, a serious artist constantly pushing himself to explore new creative territories. The discovery of these archives transformed understanding of Prince's legacy. The hidden material represented a treasure trove of artistic expression that would influence musicians for generations to come. Prince had been creating not just for his contemporary audience, but for the future. The Creative Lab. The hidden studio also contained equipment and instruments that revealed Prince's constant experimentation with new sounds and technologies. What they found in Prince Nelson's garage after his death included cutting-edge music technology, prototype instruments, and recording equipment that had been modified according to Prince's specifications. The studio featured multiple keyboards, synthesizers, and electronic instruments that Prince had customized for his unique musical vision. Many of these instruments had been modified with custom controls and special features that allowed Prince to create sounds that couldn't be achieved with standard equipment. This showed his technical expertise and his commitment to pushing the boundaries of musical technology. What amazed investigators was the sophistication of Prince's technical setup. The studio contained computer systems, digital recording equipment, and software that represented the latest advances in music production technology. Prince had been an early adopter of new technologies, constantly upgrading his equipment to stay at the forefront of musical innovation. The studio also contained a remarkable collection of vintage instruments that Prince had acquired over the year. Each instrument had been carefully maintained and was ready for immediate use. Workstations throughout the studio showed Prince's various creative projects in different stages of completion. Musical scores, lyric sheets, and production notes revealed the incredible scope of his creative output. The studio had been a 24-hour creative lab, where Prince could work on multiple projects simultaneously. The final revelation. After months of cataloging, the complete truth about what they found in Prince Nelson's garage after his death finally emerged. This wasn't just a vehicle collection or even a hidden studio. It was Prince's ultimate creative sanctuary, a place where he had spent decades creating music in complete privacy and freedom. The garage represented Prince's need for a space that was entirely his own, free from the pressures and expectations of the music industry. Here, he could experiment without judgment, create without commercial constraints, and preserve his artistic vision for future generations. The vehicles had been carefully positioned to conceal this creative paradise, serving as guardians of his most precious secret. What shocked everyone the most was the realization that Prince had been living a double creative life. While the world knew him as a prolific recording artist and performer, he had simultaneously been operating this hidden facility where he created an entirely separate body of work. The garage had been his secret laboratory, his private universe of musical expression. The discovery transformed understanding of Prince's legacy and creative process. The hidden studio contained enough unreleased material to fill dozens of albums, representing a treasure trove of artistic expression that would influence musicians for generations to come. Prince had been creating not just for his contemporary audience, but for the future. The garage had been Prince's greatest achievement, a space where he could be completely himself, creating music that expressed his deepest artistic vision without any external influence. The vehicles, the studio, and the archives all told the same story. Prince had been a master of mystery who understood that the most precious creative work happened in private, away from the world's eyes. His garage had been his sanctuary and his legacy, a hidden treasure that shocked everyone who discovered its secrets. What surprised you most in what was found in Prince Nelson's garage? Was it the pristine, little red Corvette, the fleet of vintage Thunderbirds, or the iconic purple motorcycle from Purple Rain? Or maybe it was the hidden recording studio and vast archive of unreleased music. We'd love to hear how this glimpse into Prince's private sanctuary changed your view of the legend.